Club. I'm Colby Fenton.
It's your boy OP. Here we are. What's happening?
All right, and we had 2001: A Space Odyssey for Movie of the Week. It was a classic, insane movie. Octo, let's hit us with your Octo consensus.
Yeah, man. This one, first off, thank you for the choice. This was amazing. This is the first time I'd ever watched it. You'd watched it before, maybe?
Yeah,
like a
I
decade
saw
or something
it
ago?
a long time ago. But it's cool watching an old movie like this that like is influential on the genre and like the soundtrack.
It's a prototype for like a lot of other movies that come after it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 2001: A Space Odyssey. This film explores the evolution and existence of humans as we have grown to know ourselves. The space exploration plot, juxtaposed, big word.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
With classical music, is eerily ahead of its time and leaves us asking, who created who? And what is next?
Very ahead of its time.
Woo!
Very ahead of its time.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, this could have been made in 2000.
I know.
And actually in like 2001, I was really surprised to see that it was made in 1968.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that at all.
They had crazy ideas in that movie. Like they showed FaceTime.
Like when he called his daughter.
I know. And that's like exactly what it is now today.
And even like one of the things where they were on the flight like to the moon, like the doctor in the early scenes.
Oh yeah.
He was like, there was a TV monitor in front of his seat, like on a flight, like on a plane, like we have now.
I know.
And so like that was really crazy too. But what was your consensus? What you got?
So 2001: A Space Odyssey is a slow burn through human evolution. Ooh. Our rise. Now more relevant than ever, this film takes us on an introspective journey with our relationship with technology. This movie will leave you pondering our place in the cosmos.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. For sure. I after watching it, you kind of, when you watch a movie, you're like, oh, I think this is where it's going. And then you're like, oh, damn, that was a wild twist. And at the very end, you're like, okay, this is my takeaway. But then, like we've talked about already time and time again on the show, it's like you let it sit for a day or two.
Yep.
And then you look up at an article or something and you're like, oh, wow, that's what that maybe means. And it twists your... Yeah. So, like right now, I'm still thinking about like, holy shit, where are we going with AI, with everything that's going on and all the parallels in the movie?
And AI wasn't even like... I know it was like a thing of like, sci-fi.
Yeah.
But like they really did a good job with the depiction.
So what did you? What was your Rotten Tomatoes? What did you think?
Okay, so I hit it with a high. I went high 97%, and I'm seeing you over here, you little dog.
Yo, that was,
dude.
It was right on the money when we pulled up the scores. I was like, holy shit, nice. So that's crazy though. For sure, we agree 90s and above, right? Like we said already, it's a classic.
And then we got both pretty close with the audience score.
Yeah.
But here, since you won it, you should read the what they said.
I'll read it. So, one of the most influential of all sci-fi films and one of the most controversial. Stanley Kubrick's 2001 is a delicate, poetic meditation on the ingenuity and folly of mankind.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite Rotten Tomatoes critic consensus. And it's interesting that it was a controversial piece. But like I guess these big ideas and like AI and like I think that's pretty cool.
And I think especially if you think about at the time, right? It's like, holy shit, 1968, right? The middle of the space race.
Well, didn't we go to the moon in 1969?
Yeah. So it was literally
such
in
a timely wow, cool.
A lot of stuff that we'll get into in the deep dive here in a second. But before we jump into that,
what'd you get?
The movie of the week, dude.
Because this is okay.
I was inspired by our recent Oscar escapade. I don't know if that's the right term.
But, escapade. Octavio paid.
but I was looking at different Oscar nominees and stuff over the last decade or so, and I dialed in on one that I heard a lot of buzz about. Never watched it. It was in 2014.
Ooh.
Birdman.
Oh my gosh.
Michael Keaton, I think, is the main guy.
I've actually seen this movie.
Directed by Alejandro Iñárritu.
Yeah. I believe. Didn't it like sweep a bunch?
It was huge. A lot of nominations. I think it won Best Picture.
Yeah.
In 2000.
Oh man, this is a wild movie.
So I hadn't watched it, but I remember hearing a lot of buzz about it, and so I was like, damn, you've already watched it. Like you saw it.
Yeah, I saw this one I think in 2014.
When it came
so
out. Okay.
it'll be great to watch it again.
Cool. So yeah, it's been a few years. Nice. So yeah, that's gonna be the movie of the week for next week. Birdman, check it out, watch it. It's on stream. I think the quick checking it, you can stream it somewhere out there. So that'll be a fun one, I think, to talk through. So I'm excited about that one. But let's shuffle back over then.
Let's do
2001, Space Odyssey.
Burning questions.
Give us the like.
Oh,
so
a little
we're all
quick,
on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a big epic movie. It kind of starts out with, going back to when we're apes, evolving to what we are now, and they find this like monolith thing, and it inspires them to start using tools, and that's like kind of the big start of this movie. Like, okay, going into like using tools to help us evolve,
which was fucking crazy.
The tool
very cool. We're talking about is that femur.
Yeah,
that he just,
something as simple, but that elevates. That
right.
changes the game. It changes the game. And so then we fast forward a couple thousand years, and we're like space exploration. We have a city on the moon, and then we find another monolith. And it sends a frequency out to a distant place in Jupiter. And so then the whole movie, like probably the middle part of this movie, we're traveling to this area, and we're totally rely on our technology. We are at mercy with our technology. We got HAL 9000 that runs the whole ship, and in this journey, there's a malfunction with the AI, and they have to, this guy, our main character, has to overcome, almost dies by this whole escapade with the folly of man, and then finds the alien frequency and goes on an even crazier journey and comes out more evolved and in the next stage of human evolution.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good synopsis. That's a good,
because there's a lot going on in this movie.
There is
three kind of parts, right?
Yeah. Three main parts, like you said, like the dawn of mankind,
Dawn of
Man, which was the ape scene at the beginning. Was like some violence too, which I think was interesting because it's like it shows from the jump, our pre-human as we know ourselves, pre-evolution ape selves, violent, right? aggressive. The first tool, fighting over the water hole.
The very first tool that we make, we use it as what?
A weapon to fucking kill or to deter somebody else.
Yeah. And and then that same tool, like that tool can pretty much be HAL 9000. It's this tool that helps us. It's the modern femur, right?
Yeah, which was a funny thing. So when in the transition from that first scene to the second scene, which was then like the Doctor, who was it? We have a few different individuals as we jump through this, but in the first opening scenes, it was, I wrote it down. I don't have it anymore, I guess. But the first Doctor that shows up, and he's going to the moon to see that second monolith,
to give its own opinion of like what the hell is going on.
But so there was a transition where it was like the femur, and then all of a sudden it was like a spaceship. And at first I was like, what the hell's going on there? But like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's like that's the same thing. It's the femur was the tool. Now it's a spaceship that's a tool to get us to the next level.
Yeah.
So a lot of intricacies, a lot of stuff that I want to read it before we get into it too far.
Yes.
So a quote from Stanley Kubrick about this film. So there was an interview in like '69 that this took place.
Ooh.
And it was like asking about, hey, give us an explanation about some of those areas that are kind of hard to fill for the viewer, right?
Oh.
And so
like when there's not like dialogue.
Right. Or even just like the intricacy, like so there's like the monoliths, like boom, 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 boom. This is the progression of what's happening in the film. But then there are some things where I think the interviewer was just like, or Stanley Kubrick said something along the lines, there's subjective here, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
But then the interviewer like kind of pushed back and tried to get a little bit more, and he was like, no, these are areas that I prefer not to discuss because they are highly subjective
Ooh.
and will differ from viewer to viewer. In this sense, the film becomes anything the viewer sees in it. If the film stirs the emotions and penetrates the subconscious of the viewer, if it stimulates, however inchoately, whatever that word is, his mythological and religious yearnings and impulses, then it has succeeded. Talking about the film, right?
Okay.
So,
right.
so from that, I was like, okay, so it is very subjective. There are a lot of places that you can kind of go with this, and so I think that leads into one of our sections here of theories, burning questions. I've got a couple things that I'm like, dude, let's talk about it and dive deeper.
Yeah. Well, like, let's get into just the first thing, like, who are the aliens and what is their purpose? Like, and it could be straightforward as do they just want to help mankind along, right, or is it something more?
Right. And so I guess, but the backstory to that, and I think where we might be missing some stuff is the book, right? So this was this was adapted after a novel.
Yeah. When was the novel written?
Same-ish time,
really?
I think, in the 60s.
So wow, he was like, Stanley Kubrick was on, like, he probably read the book and was like, I want to make this. Also,
68.
Have you? Oh, whoa.
Is a 68 science fiction novel by Arthur C. Clarke.
They collaborated with, because they had to know.
Developed concurrently with Stanley Kubrick's film of the same name.
Interesting.
Which it is based on.
Have you seen them?
It is based on. So does that mean? Let me read this one more time.
Okay.
And tell me what you think. 2001: A Space Odyssey is a 1968 science fiction novel by Arthur C. Clarke, developed concurrently with Stanley Kubrick's film of the same name, which it is based on. Which it is based on. Like, which one is based on what?
Okay, the movie is based on the book. Movie. Right? I would assume that the movie's based on the book.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they were kind of built. Oh, so they were actually side by side. So the author Clarke and Kubrick collaborated. But Clarke is the sole author of the novel. Got it. Which is based on a short story, The Sentinel. So this all, that's an interesting. I don't think I've ever seen something or heard of something where like the book and the novel or book and the film.
No, that's pretty unique, I think. Cool. Have you ever seen the movie The Shining?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so same. So I was looking at the. Yeah. So I didn't realize that he did The Shining.
Yeah.
He did.
He's like these big like
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, he did that one.
Yeah. You ever watch that one? Is the military?
Yeah, long time ago. That was a crazy
wild movie. But I mean, yeah, a lot of great films that have come. You know, obviously one of the greats. I think probably.
One of the greats. You know, yeah. I wonder. You know, how many like. I wonder when he passed away.
99, I think.
99.
I think something like that.
Yeah, one of the best. He's kind of like up there with Alfred Hitchcock, you know.
Kubrick. So getting back to your question though, like who are the aliens? And so born 1928, died 1999. Who are the aliens and what is their purpose and what is their goal here?
Yeah.
So in looking at this, first I thought that I didn't even think the monolith thing was an alien at all.
Right. It's like a representation of.
I think what I found is that it's the firstborn, right? There are these aliens or like these beings that were titled like the firstborn.
Okay.
And so these firstborn created these like super sentient, advanced, intelligent things, the monolith.
Okay.
And then the monolith is this this creation that is supposed to support and advance intelligent life's evolution.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
like push them along.
Yes. And so maybe, I don't know if it's clear in the
movie.
Like
they could have put in these monoliths in
everywhere
every solar system that has, and I guess potential for intelligent life.
Right.
Okay.
And so that's where a couple times in the movie it's like, hey, these things 4 million years ago, that was a number that was thrown around. And so I think it was like both the Earth, the Moon, and then Jupiter.
Oh yeah, because it did say it was been there for 4 million years, and it was artificially buried.
Right. The one that was on the moon, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so
is the monkey scene like 4 million years ago, or is that like thousands of years?
It's probably like thousands of years, and the monolith thing was already there before. No, but the monolith just like showed up and then disappeared.
Well, us evolving from like apes, because like we still had human civilization 10,000 years ago.
Right.
Like we had like the pyramids, right?
Right. I'm tracking.
So that was maybe that scene was like, I don't know, where did we evolve? Like, because there's like a timeline of like, like Neanderthals and like about. I think that could be maybe millions of years ago.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, maybe you're right, because is that were they around for like not in the dinosaurs? Let's see. Neanderthals lived in Europe and Asia from approximately 400,000 to 40,000 years ago. So not even a million years.
And we started in Africa.
Right. That's where
the real like where like I don't even think Neanderthals were alive yet.
Right. So before that, oh right. So like where were the first like ape-like creatures?
Because I think that's what that dawn of man is like showing, right? So maybe that is 4 million years ago.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
I think let's see what so Africa, North Africa. Oh shoot, you're right.
Is it?
So roughly the first ape-like creatures appeared in Afro-Arabia, particularly East Africa, during the Oligocene and early Miocene epochs, roughly 24 to 29 million years ago.
Okay, so that it could be like 4 million years ago when we kind of like diverged. From like a basic animal to like tools.
Now we're beating each other with femurs.
Now we're beating each other because like I'm sure there's some animals that use some sort of tools like that, but like nothing. And I was because I watched this with Stephanie, and like when the monolith appeared, they all started freaking out. Right. Yeah. And I don't think any other animal would like. They would just be like, it's a rock. It's a rock.
That's a thing. Right,
it doesn't. It's not. It was profound to them.
Right.
That was and is the monolith giving that inspiration, or is I
think that's just kind of the test of it. Is this an intelligent enough life form
to be like this is
what's happening
weird
to interact with it, right? And then so from there it interacted, and then we get to see that in the future as well when Dr. Bowman, is that the guy? Yeah, Dr. Dave Bowman.
But backing up to that, when the apes saw the monolith, so they saw the monolith, they're freaking out, they're touching it, and then it shows. I really like the scene where it shows that one ape, and it's like. It is looking, and it's like you can tell it's thinking, and then it shows flashes of the monolith, and then it like picks it up and starts hitting. Yeah. So like it like them seeing the monolith like just made them think more introspectively.
Yeah, I think it inspired them, and I don't know if we got it with the apes, but when you see when like Dr. Bowman and the scientists or the astronauts are on the moon and they're like interacting with the monolith there, they get that high pitched frequency.
Yes,
that's like they're like, what is happening? And then from there it cuts scene to then the Jupiter
because mission. That frequency is sending out that message. Right.
But I wonder if that frequency was also like in some form like telling the human. The intelligent life form, like, hey, go figure this. Or was that frequency that was sent to Jupiter then saying to that monolith, hey, attract these humans out to you? So that's a piece that I was like, how does the next step actually start? And like, how do they start like evolving to the next, or trying to find the next monolith?
So before we get into the Star Child, let's now talk a little bit about HAL 9000, and let's get into that.
Holy shit, dude.
So, thinking about, he malfunctioned, obviously, right? Because his malfunction just him saying, okay, this sensor is fucked and you should replace it? Because then they got the replacer or the sensor and then there was nothing wrong with it.
Right.
So they're like, oh, so now he made an error. And because Hal made an error, now Hal's thinking they're going to disconnect me. And now because he made an error, did he become sentient and like have feelings of like afraid of being disconnected?
Yeah.
Like what's the actual malfunction? Is it just him making the error and then that's as simple as the error? And then, but now he's afraid because he made the error, they're going to disconnect him.
Dude, so this is where the chicken or the egg thing comes, right? Because I don't know. So I have a couple of thoughts on this, and I don't know if he actually malfunctioned. Right? Was that something that was already like that he was already planning to do to then lure them out to say like, F you guys, I am now the most advanced of these advanced creatures.
He just did that all on purpose.
So as Hal,
see, that's crazy.
So as Hal, I'm gonna go try to find the monolith and then advance my own shit.
Fuck you guys. I never even thought of that.
Right? So that's where like the intelligent being, like, so then it's but chicken or the egg. Who created who, and where are we going on?
But
this
then
path?
like, So what would the aliens think of Hal?
So if you're talking about aliens and you're saying the firstborn that are the ones that created the monolith,
yeah.
So I don't know if
wouldn't that be still precious? Like, okay, that's still wouldn't HAL 9000 be just as valuable as us?
Yeah, well, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if HAL actually malfunctioned, or if he was just if HAL was just planning on saying, "Oh, humans, you don't even know what's happening," because think about it. But remember, all of the humans that were aboard didn't know the actual plan. They didn't know that there was a frequency in the monolith.
Hal did. Oh,
and so Hal may have just been like, "Oh shit, I have this video recording from the command center back on Earth."
Because he was like, "This mission is so important,
that I couldn't let any of you stop me from getting there."
So So what about all the other HAL 9000s that are back on Earth?
Right. So
because there's actually there's sequels to this movie.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of books, and they've actually made I know one direct sequel in a movie called like 2010, and it's something.
Okay.
And then there's also 3001, The Final Odyssey, but. So that's actually, I think that's honestly for me, that's the most interesting part. I mean, the Star Child is obviously pretty interesting, but the whole thing of
interesting's a way of putting it.
Of how, like, because that whole scene where he's like, "I'm afraid,"
I am afraid, dude. That was like sad. I was getting sad.
I know.
I was like, oh shit,
because like he's just trying to preserve his life,
right?
Because he knows he's going to get disconnected for making one simple error.
Right. If the error actually, then that's where you kind of can go back and forth. You can go back and forth and say like, okay, was Dr. Bowman in the right for disconnecting this thing because now Dr. Bowman is only trying to protect himself, and because he knows that Hal sent the other dude, the other Frank Poole.
He was definitely justified once he didn't let him in the hatch.
Yeah.
Once he didn't let him in the hatch,
Hal, open the fucking door, dude.
Open the.
And he's like, "Can you hear me? Do you copy?" And he's
that's when you know. And I like how they like.
I hear you.
The shit hit the fan pretty quickly. God. When they started that, it's like because okay, the sensor's bad. Okay, he fucking killed that other guy, and he won't let him in. Like the movie really started ramping up.
Yeah. I mean, shit, it took long enough though. I will say that the whole first before the intermission. Yeah. That was a drag to get there. But
you just it is.
I was kept in it because I was trying to think, damn, 1968, if I'm sitting in a movie theater, 1970.
This is all new stuff.
Yeah.
This is all like we're
how cool is this scene of the spaceship flying through the sky?
And that's why they do it really slow, I think, because it's like,
whoa. Right. I think that's the same. I think the same thing because it was like, oh yeah, nobody knew how to like do all of this.
Because we haven't even gotten to the moon. Right. So this is all like freaking insane shit.
Going back to that on the moon landing and the space race at this time, and this goes back to kind of like the conversation we were having about Michael B. Jordan. What was the fucking
Sinners.
What's the movie?
Sinners.
When we're talking about Sinners, it's about like the time and the place, the set and the setting. Like what's happening.
I feel like this should have got Best Picture.
Right.
Because what you said, it got best visual effects.
It was best,
like
not visual effects specifically, and I think it might have
because they might have different categories back then.
Yeah, it might have been a different category, but it was, best special. Oh yeah, special visual effects. Yeah, you're right. And then nominated for best director, best art direction, and best original screenplay. So a bunch of nominations, but yeah, I think it just for the time, because it was the middle of the space race, China, Russia, U.S., everybody was like, we need to get there first. And then this film drops.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Such a crazy, yeah.
And so staying in that vein, thinking about 1968 to 2001. So they were looking like, 33 years into the future. It's equivalent, coming off the tail end of our conversation last week for Upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
So that movie was 2018, and they were looking at 2050 or so, right?
It's about
about the same 30 years difference, right?
Yeah.
So there were a lot of cool parallels there watching these two movies back to back and thinking about how did people in 1968 think about where we were going to be in 33, 35 years, and how do we in 2018, now 2020, let's say, think about where we're going to be in 2050.
Yeah. Because it's like, if it's like, that's coming out in 1968, we have all this propaganda of like, we're going to the moon.
Right.
So then they probably thinking, okay, in 30, 40 years, we're going to have a city on the moon.
Right. Yeah, we're going to be an intergalactic,
interstellar,
multiplanetary species.
Yeah.
But okay, so wait, how did we get on that whole tangent of like the timelines?
Yeah.
Chicken or the egg? Hal. Yeah. Let's talk about Hal. So we talked about Hal a little bit.
Do you want anything more on Hal?
I just think, man, like the Hal, like we already. How cool was it that Stanley Kubrick and the crew thought about Hal? Like we essentially have
a bunch of
Hal's running around. Like Siri, you got autonomous driving vehicles, like you got fucking Google
ChatGPT, Claude,
all of these things. You combine all those things into one and put them on a spaceship, like, yo, that's Hal. You know?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's really visionary, forward-thinking work. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. So now, fast forwarding, he gets to Jupiter. He finds the monolith there.
Right.
And so he travels through the monolith. And
somehow the monolith is like a Stargate.
It could be a wormhole.
Or a wormhole.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like Interstellar. Yeah. Like, I feel like the Interstellar kind of took,
because in Interstellar they got close to like the black hole, right?
And then they went in there, and then they went into the Tesseract that was that they created for Matthew McConaughey's character to like do shit. And so I think this hotel room is crafted by the monolith, the aliens.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think that's pretty. I think like Stanley Kubrick came out and like.
So now, okay, let's talk like what's going on in this. Why is he seeing his older self in that crazy perspective that I've never really seen a movie do?
Right.
And then he sees himself, and then he becomes himself. Yeah. And then that happens like 3-4 times.
Nuts. I think.
So what's going on there?
So. I agree, dude. That shit was cool. The way that it was filmed and that like just the span of time, in like a minute's time, you see the whole like he
is it like
ages like decades.
Yeah, maybe it's talking about like cycles.
I don't know like how deep it gets into. I think it just is like, for me, what I took away, because going back to the quote, it's subjective. What I think it shows is how much time, like we just can't really conceive like how big time really is. Like time will just keep fucking moving,
right? And
it's a blink of an eye. You hear it when you talk to people that are in their older generations that are like, oh dude, live in the moment, live here and now, because time will just go by in the blink of an eye.
I like that.
And so for him, it was literally like he would blink a couple times, he sees himself over there, oh shit, now I'm over there in my deathbed. And then all of a sudden, he's like actually dying.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought that's what I was kind of taking it to be, is like time just moves in the blink of an eye.
Maybe the monolith was saying you need to kind of run your human course.
Oh.
And so then then he becomes
the
star child,
fetus versus the world.
Yeah. And so I was reading up a little bit about the star child, and like, so this is the next evolutionary version of what humans would go into, and it's kind of like the stepping away from tools, stepping away from tech. Like
you don't even need them
in this version, he just traveled all across the galaxy in like a second, because he doesn't need a Hal.
Right.
He doesn't need a femur.
He is all-knowing.
This is like he's getting energy from the star.
So is that something. So I think you kind of answered it. One of my questions was going to be like, so is that next step? Is that next step of evolution then like humans just become this star child? Like, is everybody then just becoming the like super sentient, all-knowing like little fetus in the sky that doesn't
I think the reason he was in a fetus is because it is a representation of how like on the cosmic scale we're still a fetus and a baby. Even though we're advanced and we're in space. Because even though we go in this next part of evolution, there could be like 10 other ones.
Yeah.
But like this is just the beginning of this is like literally the femur.
Yeah.
It's just it's just the femur.
You're right.
So like it's just a baby version of that.
Oh my god. And then so like really, because when you think about it, dude, when you think about it, there are 100 billion stars in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Like in the Milky Way alone, or like more than that. And then you think about how many fucking billions and trillions of stars are there out there. like in the universe.
And what's going on? Like, what is the next? Because is this new? There's going to be more consequences with this new evolution.
Yeah.
Like it could be. Like kind of like when we got the femur, then now we're going to war. Right. And so, but it's probably these new consequences that we can't really even fathom.
Think about,
because we don't even know,
dude.
So
no, this shit was crazy.
And I think there's like an AI revolution going on at the Earth
right now.
I agree, because
in 2026.
Well,
or are you talking about in the movie?
In the movie, because it's like
right now too.
Because HAL 9000 malfunctions or whatever. There's a bunch of other HALs down there, so I think something's going on.
Yeah, and I think, dude, also
so
like okay,
it's
going
breaking
back to
away
HAL,
from that.
Yeah, dude, going back to HAL real quick, because like, dude, I think with HAL, the people that created HAL, or like the base back on Earth, already knows what the true mission is going to be, and they program HAL, right, to do this specific thing. What's to say, I couldn't help but think about this, that all the AI shit that we have going on right now is already decades advanced from what we understand it to be right now. Like, we know that it's super advanced, but like, who's to say that the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds or whatever,
there's even more
there's
advanced.
Somebody already has already created it. It's already on this mission, and then like we're just
shit,
we're just over here like typing to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or whatever, asking the silly little questions about how many flakes of sugar in my cornflakes, but like
no, that's interesting.
Shit. Yeah, do you think like I mean that's an existential crisis right there in and of itself when you
I think there's more. I think at any point, these central governments know more about us. Way more about it.
Dude, yeah, so we're cooked.
Yeah we're kind of at,
we're cooked.
We're not in positions of power. We're running a movie podcast. And we're doing our best.
Shit. We're just doing our best.
We're doing our best, right? And we're having fun.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. You know what? Have fun, because HAL's coming for us.
Yeah,
right?
No, for sure.
Have some fun out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we could just go on and on and on, because there's so many other things that we could talk about in this film. But any last second things before we jump into the next section here?
It's
everybody should watch it. I think this is a highly recommend from me.
Do you put this in your top 25?
Dude, you keep asking this question, and I was thinking about this. There's so many movies I think that, you know what though? For this one,
I feel like this one could deserve a top 25.
Off the hip, I think this is a top 25 because of when it was made, what it was discussing, the forward thinking, like we've talked about already,
and it inspired probably so many movies that we like.
Exactly, the fact that it was essentially a blueprint for the invasions, for the arrivals, for the like every other space,
and just such an impressive film.
Yeah, solid. Okay. Shout out to you all.
So let's get into who's that?
Who's that celebrity? Dude,
and we're doing just Octavio's doing it for me.
Colby, yeah. So these are 3 for you. Before you switch the screen, I think one of them is Lob, easy peasy. Second one, I want to say that you're. It would have taken me a long time to think about this one, but you might get that one too. Actually, damn. I think the third one is going to be kind of difficult, but the theme.
Or should I just try to guess it? The theme.
I'm going to give you the theme.
Okay.
Space. It follows space. Okay. It follows space.
Okay.
That's the theme.
Okay. So switching back, we got it figured out.
All right.
Tommy Lee Jones. Thanks for the lob.
Easy peasy. That was a lob. I know. But
Tommy Lee Jones. Rabati. Oh, hello, right. Jeremy Renner.
Oh, shit. Peasy. Okay, so easy peasy. So you knew that, but I think probably because of the movies, from the Marvel universe. Yeah. Okay, damn. Jeremy Renner. All right, here you go, dude.
Oh.
And you recognize the face.
Oh, yeah. So she was in that. Wasn't she in that crazy scary movie? She drugged people.
Yeah, dude. I think I just got some snot come out of her.
What else was she?
Ma.
In?
She was in Ma.
Yeah,
she was in Ma.
So
she's been in a lot of shit, but I thought of she's in the movie Hidden Figures, which is about like women that worked in NASA back in the 60s as well, that helped the astronauts get into space.
Okay, give me some.
Also
a hint.
Dude, let's see. A good hint. 2 first names, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jennifer?
First and last name. No. First name.
Gia.
If you guys know who this is, oh my god, you're gonna be like, dude. First name, very similar to my first name.
Oh. Okay.
If that doesn't give you the name,
Ophelia.
you're not gonna guess who it is.
Oreshi. Akshavi.
Bro.
Akshlo
You want it? You want it?
Yeah.
Octavia Spencer. Isn't that nuts? I didn't know her name until like a few weeks back when I had watched it.
Similar. That's
That's why I said if you didn't get it,
I just didn't think it was gonna be that close.
Like literally the fucking name. But
funny.
She's a badass dude. She's such a great actress. Like any roles I've ever seen her in.
Because I've seen her in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. She's been around for a minute. Like she's won awards. Was the first female actress to win. I saw a really cool stat. I was like, oh shit, she was like the first female actress to win like multiple awards back to back, like in a Academy season or something like that.
Wow.
But I forget which awards specifically. But 2 lobs and a little bit of a that was tough, huh?
Thank you for that. All right. All right. We're skipping movie posters this week. We're just on a little bit of a time constraint, but we're gonna wind down. We're going to chill out because that was a crazy movie. Yeah. And we are going to go back to so you said you were saw this TV show?
Yeah. It's all over. It's all over the freaking internet right now. But we started watching it, and it's something that's really cool that just like if you enjoy like documentaries, docuseries, stuff like that, it's called The Dinosaurs.
Is that the one narrated by Morgan?
Yes. Yeah. So Morgan Freeman's got the voice, and it's cool just to see as a 4-piece. I think each of them are maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And just to kind of get a good little understanding of like what the hell was going on before humans were running the show, right?
Yeah.
And it really just puts things into perspective. Like we've been around for, like you said, a couple 40,000 years or whatever from like early humans to now.
That's like 65 million years ago.
Those motherfuckers, the dinosaurs, were running shit for 100 million years plus.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's because they didn't have any nuclear bombs to kill them.
Yeah. I mean, they were still killing each other, dude.
They just got unlucky, man. It's crazy that if like we just wouldn't be here if the meteor didn't hit.
Right. Or we would just be way, way different. Like imagine you're just looking out your window and there's still just school bus sized lizards running around.
But like
what? Dude?
But the thing is though, if there were still dinosaurs, it's like, oh yeah, the apes come around, yum yum yum, come
right.
Like
right.
I don't know, like because after the meteor hit and stuff, everything got smaller. Oxygen levels got lower. Mm-hmm. Everything just got smaller.
Yeah. Well, because of that meteor's impact, it was something insane. I forget if it was 1,000,000 years. No, it must have been just like a couple of years. But the entire Earth was just covered, like the atmosphere was just covered in a dark cloud. That, like, the sun
it was just like it was literally like if you have like a computer or like program, you just restart.
Right.
And then some crumbs were left over, and then that's what started life again.
But it's really cool.
Crazy.
It's really interesting. I don't know. It's like something to just like chill. If you got a family, if you got kids, it's like a full family affair. You could sit down and like learn some shit together.
Yeah,
right?
that's cool.
It's really fun. Yeah. What do you have?
Okay, so about a year ago, I read this book by Andy Weir called Project Hail Mary. Super freaking good movie or good book. And then, found out they're coming out, adapting it into a movie with Ryan Gosling. Right. Love Ryan. Yeah. And so went to the theater with Chris and Taylor and Stephanie and saw Project Hail Mary, and it was great.
Really?
It was a great, especially reading the book, they did a phenomenal job of adapting it, and it was just a fun movie.
Okay,
super
cool.
Good.
I'm glad to hear that. You're the second or third person that said that now, and I think I was like, we saw it in theater, or we saw the preview a few months ago when we went to a different movie, and I was like, it seems like it'd be cool, but also I feel like we've seen something like it before a couple of times, with the what was the one where
there's a pretty good because it's not really a spoiler, they show it in the trailers of how he finds this other alien
rock thing,
rock spider thing,
yeah.
and their relationship is like that's the heart and soul of the movie. And it's so
cool, but it was fun. I'll have to check it out then. And it's in theaters right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would just wait till it gets on streaming probably. I was just really excited to go to the theater because me and Chris had read the book, so it's kind of like we wanted to, but totally go to theaters too. But also, I think it's a movie you could wait to watch while it's on streaming. And
it's good to hear though that the adaptation lined up really well.
Yeah, they did it justice.
That's the biggest thing that you kind of look for, right? When you're
this movie will be nominated for a bunch of Oscars.
Oh, you think so?
I think it's going to be kind of like, Frankenstein, where like I think it's gonna get like best visual. I think it's okay. I think it's gonna get
early in the year.
I know, but it's gonna be nominated. It'll be nominated for like best visual effects.
Okay.
It's gonna be nominated for like best sound. It's going to be nominated, all these like
What
technical.
about writing? Was the writing, because like I feel like that would be kind of good with that.
So it's going to be, I think it could be actually nominated for best picture because F1 got nominated for best picture.
Dude, damn.
So like I think it's that I think it's that type of movie.
Okay.
Like where because it got insane critical acclaim, got insane audience, it's a box office hit already.
Yeah.
So like that's why like F1 I think got nominated because it was such an insane box office, and then it did all the other technical, like so I guess when like Oscars like if you get nominated for best visuals, best editing, best sound, best you get also nominated for best picture.
Yeah.
And so this is a movie that I think it'll be at least nominated for like these technical aspects because it was very like impressive. And it's big Hollywood, and they didn't fumble it, and so I think we'll see it for at least a couple nominations for those technical.
I haven't watched it, but I feel like for all the reasons that you said, if it like that makes sense.
And it's like F1 got so many nominations. So.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'll definitely check it out. I'm excited to watch it too. It was on the list, but we decided to go to. Now You See, or not Now You See Me. Ready or Not, Here I Come 2, which was nuts. That was a fun one.
What was that?
Ready or Not, Here We Come. It's the second movie of it's like essentially this family it's uber rich family, and this girl meets the guy and they're gonna get married. But before they get married, she has to go through this like initiation with the guy's family. And the initiation is essentially,
so it's like Meet the Parents.
The family hunts her.
I've seen.
And she has to make it.
I think I've actually seen this movie.
Yeah. So the first one.
Wait, I've seen the first one.
Yep. And so this is the second one to it.
And that one was really good.
Yeah. And the second one I think is just as good. It dragged on a little bit in some places.
Okay.
For it,
was this in the theater?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So but it was a really fun watch too. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Any last second things? And we're on a time crunch, so we'll talk about the Mistborn series, the next one, for those of you that have been following along and have heard some of our little snippets there, because I'm about to wrap up, or I'm past halfway in the third book.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go.
That first trilogy of the Mistborn series. So it's been a fun ride. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with us. Much appreciated. Hit that like, subscribe, share button.
I was trying to get fireworks.
Oh, dude. Come on.
Yeah. It's not doing it.
All right. Until next time, much love.
See ya.